time now to enjoy the beauty of physics. How are you, everybody who is watching this program? My name is Olenjolai TAYAI. I'm a physicist. I will be teaching you physics in this program. So I'm a teacher of physics. I'm a national teacher of physics who is going to teach in the national level. Actually, it means that I'm going to teach all the physics students Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and Form 4 across the entire country of Tanzania and even across the borders of Tanzania. So I'm a Tanzanian and I'm dedicating these programs for all the Tanzanian students, and I'm very happy to have you today, whether you're a national or international viewer. Stay tuned because I have a good news for you. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you into one of our online schools that called Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. If you are actually that you are a permanent student, it means that you've registered yourself permanently, you're only welcome. If you are a new student, you're only welcome also to enjoy the beauty of physics, chemistry, and basic mathematics consistently. So we'd like to welcome you into one of our official YouTube channel that called Tanzania Online or Level Search School in square bracket Olenjolai. Well, so the next questions after being welcomed somewhere is, what are these people doing? What is the purpose of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai? Possibly you have heard this purpose in some of our other videos, but remember that every time whenever we declare and just to write in your mind, so that even during the midnight when we wake up you, then you can state the main goals or the purpose of also. It means that the purpose of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. Well, so let me just declare it, okay, publicly, because the word of God in the book of Proverbs 20:19, verse 18 states that where there is no vision, people perish. So we are Tanzanians, we as workers of 40, workers of also, in case we don't have any vision, then ourselves we are going to perish, our programs is going to perish, so we have to be focused for the rest of our life. So the question which is in my mind, what the vision of the OSO? So this is the vision of the OSO. We are here in order to train, incubate, mentor, teaching ordinary secondary students by using different teaching aids and different teaching methodologies on how they can extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the classroom instructions in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and combine the extractions or the extracted contents with the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that will teach them to extract it from the Word of God written in the Holy Bible in order to solve real-life problems. Well, so in the context of real-life problems, we have a small-scale real-life problems, intermediate-scale real-life problems, we have large-scale real-life problems, we have extraordinary large-scale real-life problems. Whenever we are talking about ordinary secondary students, we mean that we are teaching you and training you on how you can solve small-scale real-life problems by using the classroom knowledge and the knowledge from the Word or the truth from the Word of God. You can ask me so many questions. How is this? Is it possible to achieve it? Yes. The answer is yes. Myself, I'm a good example of the vision which I'm telling you in my own private life, right? So myself, I'm a product of classroom formal. I'm a product of a teacher who used to extract, or a person, right, who used to, or a scientist who used to extract instructions from the classroom. Used to extract knowledge, understanding, and the wisdom from the classroom instructions, and combine with the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that I used to extract from the Word of God in order to solve real-life problems. Can I give you one of real-life problems that I'm solving? It's the one that you're watching right now. Right now, I'm solving a national and international real-life problems because many students, they used to hate, or just many students, they hate physics, chemistry, and basic mathematics for the rest of their life. Why? Because they used to learn physics, chemistry, basic mathematics from the teachers who are not competent. They used to learn also just roughly, it's not a systematic way of learning. So there are so many different reasons. But I want to tell you that in these programs, we will restore your first love of learning physics, chemistry, and basic mathematics for the rest of your life. So that's the case, and that's the concept that you have to understand as well as we continue with this program. Okay? So these are the real life problems that I'm solving. So I'm here to make sure that I transform you from hating physics, chemistry, basic mathematics to love all of those three subjects, because I know in your vision you need the knowledge of physics, chemistry, and basic mathematics. So according to my research, you find that so many students they used to prefer to study artistic subjects, not because they have visions on those artistic subjects, but because they find they are simple for them. So I want to tell you that physics is not a difficult subject, chemistry is not a difficult subject, basic mathematics is not a difficult subject. These are just a normal subjects or simple subjects more than you expect. The issue is who has been teaching you. Right? That's the concept or the question that you have to remember every time. So let me take these few minutes to give you some few instructions on how you can register yourself in our online school. So registration to Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in Square Bracket Olenjolai. The first step, which we ask you that create or open the new email. It can be either Gmail or Yahoo Mail. Then sign in YouTube by email. By your email. So sign in YouTube by the email. Then the second step, search also in YouTube. So search Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in Square Bracket Olenjolai in YouTube. Then the first step, click subscribe. Once you click these buttons of subscribe, then it will change into subscribe. Okay, subscribe. So click the buttons of subscribe, then it's changed into subscribe, and you have an icon of the bell. Okay. So you have an icon of what? An icon of the bell. So an icon of the bell, right? So click subscribe. So you have an icon of what of the bell. Then we ask you that means that, because remember I said create or open a new email in case you don't have any email. A Gmail, it can be a Gmail or Yahoo email. When you have an email, just skip the first step. Go to the second step. Sign in YouTube by using your previous, or it means that your previous email, or by using your previous email, or by using the new email that you've created now. How can you create the new email? Just to go into Google and ask you how can I create a new email. Then the third step, search the to also. So search the also, don't write to also, it's not existing. Search Tanzania, T stands for Tanzania, the first O stands for online, second O stands for O level, then the first S stands for Seki, and then the second S stands for school, and then the last O stands for square bracket Olenjolai. So just copy and paste it Tanzania Online O level Seki School square bracket Olenjolai in the YouTube platforms, and then once you search, you will see the round icons, which is called which contains what a national flag. So contains a national flag of Tanzania. The side on right hand side, on its right hand side, you will see what Tanzania Online O level Seki School in square bracket Olenjolai. That's what we say. You will see the number of subscribers. Okay, so once you are there, so click these buttons, and then you get into our YouTube channel, which is our online school. So again, we ask you, when you'll be watching the first video, which is called the trailer video, then you'll see at your right hand side, you see the buttons written subscribe. So you have to click. Once you click, it change into subscribe, and the color backgrounds also change. And once you click these buttons only once, you will see the icon of a bell. Click this icon of a bell once. You will see 3 options: all, personalized, none. So then choose the options of all. So from there, you have already registered yourself permanently. So you'll be enjoying our content as the Form 2 students. When you'll be in Form 3, you'll also enjoy our contents from 4 and from 4, and even later when you go to Form 5, Form 6, or you go to NT level 4, NT level 5, NT level 6, it means ordinary diploma. And when we'll go for undergraduate studies in science or in engineering and in science, you will enjoy also our contents. But those are the other channels that will be giving you information later on. But right now, just register yourself permanently and stay connected and stay enjoying the contents that we have been creating day after day. So again, we used to organize, we used to organize all the related videos in one playlist. So for example, we have a playlist which is written static electricity. So when you click these software buttons, then you see home. I think you see right now home, check at the top toolbar. So there's a home, there's a video, there's a place written playlist, there's channel, there's community, there's about. So you have 16 text, okay? So this is first later for videos. So just click this playlist. Once you click, just find the playlist of what is static electricity, or find the playlist of physics form 2. You'll find all of these contents, but the best one, just static electricity, you'll find all the sessions of static electricity, session 0, session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4, session 5, session 6, session 7, session 8, session 9, session 10. You'll find them there. And you have to stay connected and enjoy those contents, okay? So I will give you some other two announcements when we continue with these sessions. Right now, let me take you. We are departments of physics. The subject of this is physics. These contents is for the pre-form 2 students or form 2 students. This is chapter 1. It's called the static electricity. We are in session 2, the concepts of static electricity. That's what we are going to teach you. All right. Just to remind you that, just to do the quick review of session 1, which you can access in our proposal, right? So firstly, we discussed about the big picture of what? Big picture of physics. Then after talking about that, we presented to you reference books that you need for you to master physics, reference books of physics. Physics form 2, form 3, form 4, and even form 1 of physics. So you should remember you mentioned these reference books. And then we mentioned about this, so we mentioned topics, 11 or 9 topics. 9 topics. So present to you 9 topics of what? Of physics form 2. Physics form 2. Again, presented to you, we discussed the subtopics of what? Subtopics of static electricity as the first topic. Subtopics of static electricity. So one of subtopics is called the concepts of static electricity. And then, see charging methods. And other also subtopics. So again, we presented two specific objectives that the students has to achieve of each subtopic. The subtopic of what? Of electrostatic. So specific objectives of each subtopics of electrostatic. Okay. So assigned in what? YouTube by email. Okay, so specific objectives of what? Of each subtopic. Okay, specific objective of each subtopic. Then, afterwards, I mentioned to you about concepts or contents of what? Contents of static electricity. What concepts are we going to cover? So in case you missed it, you can access these contents, or you can access, you can access all of these contents in our YouTube channel that's called Tanzania Online or O-Level City School. So today, let us focus on the concepts of static electricity. But before we go into the concept, first of all, so we have, let's say, physics. Okay, so simply, we can have a simple big picture that you have to understand, big picture of what? Of electricity. So we have a subject we call physics. We have physics. So as we say, that this subject of physics in all education is being divided into 4 subjects. So you have physics for the Form 1, which I believe that you've covered. In case you missed some of the concepts, you are also teaching in this channel. In this school, you are teaching also physics Form 1. So you should not confuse it. If you missed it, you can go through. Then you have physics Form 2. Then you have again physics Form 3. And again you have physics Form 4. The good news that we are teaching all of these 4 subjects of physics in this online school. So here we are. So here in physics Form 2, one of the collections of the topics that we are going to cover are 2 topics of what? Of electricity. There are 2 branches of electricity. 2 branches of what? Of electricity. First, the branch of electricity, we say it is static electricity, which you are going to learn today, and also current electricity. So now static electricity and current electricity. So this is the point where we are. But you have to understand first of all what the means of electricity. If you didn't copy this step, please copy, pause the video, and then copy all these 6 steps for you to register yourself in Total also. Or even also to share with your friends on how they can register permanently into our Tanzania online secondary school, which we are bracket Olenjolai. So, the fundamental question which you have, let us start with the big picture of the word electricity. Say electricity. So the fundamental question is what? This is question 1. What is electricity? What is electricity? Now the question we have, what is electricity? So I formed 2 definitions of electricity. So simply say that electricity is a branch of what? The branch of physics. It's a branch of physics. It's a branch of physics that deals with the study of the form of energy that results from the flow of charged particles. Result from the flow of charged particles through a conductor, Just let me end there. If I mention again through the word semiconductor, you might get confused, but we'll teach you when we'll be teaching about the electronics in Form 4. So electricity is a branch of physics that deals with the study of what? Of the form of what? Of energy. Result from what? flow of the charged particle through the conductors. So what are these charged particles? We'll see in static electricity. Or this is the one of the definition. Other references define also the term electricity as electricity is a set. So this is the set of what? Is a set of physical. So this is the set of physical phenomena. The set of physical phenomena associated. The set of physical phenomena associated with the presence, and motion. Presence and motion of matter, and motion of matter that has property of electrical charge. That has a property of what? Of electrical charge. So you say that electricity is a set of physical phenomena associated with the presence and motion of what? Of matter. Motion of matter. That has a property of electrical charge. The means of electricity. Electricity is a branch of physics that deals with the study of form of energy results from the flow of charged particles through the conductor. So in electricity, we need a conductor which allows the flow of charged particles. But again, we say that electricity is a set of physical phenomena associated with the presence and motions of matter that has property of electrical charge. So matter that have the properties of electrical charge, first of all, should be present in that conductor. And when they be present in that conductor, then they can cause the flow of electrical current, right? So we say that we have a property of electrical charge. We'll be discussing the meanings of electrical charge. Okay? I believe that you're enjoying the beauty of physics, Form 2. You have to keep on enjoying it because this is good news for you. So we have again what we call branches. Branches of what? Of electricity. We have two branches of electricity. Branches of electricity. So we say that in physics, there are two main branches of electricity. These are the first one, static electricity, and the second one is called the current electricity. So you have static electricity and what? Current electricity. So let us discuss about static electricity, because current electricity is the second chapter of this subject. So static electricity. So girls and boys say static electricity. Static electricity. Remember that these contents, I'm also here to teach and help students who we call them, they are get prepared for the qualifying test, so the QT students in short. So QT students, you are only welcome into this program. So I'll be taking you in my consideration, and even will be solving some questions from your past papers, so that you'll be familiar and will be happy and get well prepared for the contents or for the QT exam, so qualifying testing Form 2 exam. So stay tuned. Okay. So static electricity. So the second question that you should have in your mind, or this is the common question before I teach you a concept, I used to, first of all, to find its definition. What is static electricity? Ask your neighbor, ask yourself, what is static electricity? It's not the first time for you to hear the word static electricity. You heard the word static electricity in primary school. We used to call it umeme. So we had static electricity and the current electricity. So static electricity manake umeme usiotembea, and the current electricity umeme unaotembea. That's how I used to define in Swahili, if I'm not mistaken. So what means of static electricity? What is the meaning of static electricity? So static electricity, we say that static electricity is a branch of electricity which deals with the study of electric charges at rest. So which deals with the study of electric charges at what? At rest. Not in motion, at rest. Or we say that static electricity is a branch of electricity which deals with the study of what? Which deals with the study of electric charge electric charges on the electric charges on the surface of the conductor. On the surface of conductor. So it's a branch of electricity which deals with the study of electric charges on the surface of what? Of a conductor. So those two definitions are valid, universal definitions of static electricity, which are also the word static electricity is also another term, another common word, say that. In physics, static electricity is also known as electrostatic. Say electrostatic. Electrostatic. So electrostatics. So the word static electricity, for example, that when we're teaching about advanced physics, the first main topic of advanced physics Form 5 is called electrostatics. So electrostatic is another common name for static electricity, because we are going to deal with charges which are not in motion. We are going to deal with charges which are not in motion. Electric charges which are not in motion. I know you don't know what are those electric charges that we are talking about. But the point is, remember that we can use the word static electricity and electrostatic interchangeably. So whenever you find the word define electrostatic, so you know that you have been asked to define what is static electricity. That's the concept that you have to remember. So static electricity is also known as electrostatics. Wonderful. Okay, so after the point, then we come into another interesting point. Okay. Another point, according to the syllabus, we say that electric charge. Electric charge. Say with me, electric charge. Say again, electric charge. So you have a fundamental question. What is electric charge? What is electric charge? Okay. What is electric charge? So electric charge, we say that is a subatomic particle. Electric charge, we say that is a subatomic particle. Is a subatomic particle which the subatomic particle is a subatomic particle found on the surface of the conductor and the responsible to carry electricity from one point to another. That means of electric charge particle. So it's a subatomic particle. We have series of atomic particles. We have proton, neutrons, and electrons. So whenever we speak about electric charges, simply because neutron is neutral, so it does not have any charge. But protons are positive, and electrons are are negative. So these are having positive and negative subatomic particles. We call them these electric particles because they are responsible to carry electricity from one point to another point. So it's a subatomic particle found on the surface of the conductor. So in most cases, on the conductor. But what are their responsibility there? So in chemistry, they have some other responsibility. But in physics, these are responsible to carry electricity from one point to another point. That means of electric charge. So we say that the types of electric charge. Types of electric charge. Types of electric charge. So we say that in electricity, there are two types of electric charge. Two types of electric charge. These are the first one, positive electric charge or positive charge, and negative charge. Positive charge and negative charge. So you have positive charge and negative charge. So let us start with negative charge. Say negative charge. Let's start with negative charge or negative electric charge. So what are the negative charge? What are the negative charge? So you say a negative charge which in other words we call them electrons. Electrons are the so negative charges, or we call them electrons, are the electric charge found on the valence shell, as we taught you in chemistry, or we're going to teach you on the valence shell of an atom, or we call it conductor in the terms of what electricity of an atom or conductor. That, okay, so are the electric charge. So say negative charge or electrons are the electric charge found on the valence shells of an atom or conductor that are responsible to conductivity. So these are responsible to conducting negative electricity. Negative what? Negative electricity. So negative charges or electrons are the electric charges, okay, as electric charges found on the valence shell, on the valence shells of an atom that are responsible to conduct negative electricity. That's the meaning of negative charges. So it means that, for example, so negative charges, so they have a negative charge, so they are negative in charge. That's the concept, they are negative in charge. So it means that, for example, if you have a conductor, so what is the conductor, which is it's a wire, right? And this wire is supposed to conduct the electricity from point A to point B. So these are the electrons. So those are the negative charges responsible to carry electricity. So they are found on the valence shells of an atom. So remember that, for example, we have, let's say, this is the nucleus of an atom, and then we have inner shell, have the outer shell, right? For example, then here we have 2 electrons, then possibly here we have 1 electron. So this is the valence shell. The last shell is called valence shell. So there is a quantity of charge of electrons Okay, so you have the second type of charge, a positive. You have positive what? A positive charge. A positive electrical charge. Okay, so what is positive charge? What is positive charge? What is positive charge? That's a very important question. What is positive charge? So the positive charge, which in other words, we say that positive charge In other words, you call them protons in your atoms. So you say that these are the electric charges, and the electric charges found in the nucleus of an atom, nucleus of an atom, which I can call it a conductor, which is responsible to carry positive electricity. It's responsible to carry positive electricity. So positive charge or protons, these are subatomic particles of electric charges found in the nucleus of an atom or conductor, which is responsible to carry out positive electricity. Wonderful. So when we're teaching in Form 2, the topic called the atomic structure, okay, atomic structure, we'll be discussing about protons, neutrons, okay, yes, protons, neutrons, and electrons. But you have to understand that in static electricity, we'll be dealing with positive and negative charge. Positive and negative charge. So you say that the positive charge is negative. So you say that, okay, so the charge is negative, and here the charge is what? Is positive. Right? So you have those two types of what? Of charge. So for example, guess that you have conductors. So you say that you have positive electricity. It's electricity which is flowing due to the flow of what? Of positive charges. And hence when you say that you have negative electricity, this is electricity which is flowing due to the flow of what? Of electrons. That's the concept that you would like you to have in your mind for the rest of your life. Okay? Then afterwards, because you know now the positive and negative charge, okay, so we know now the positive and negative charge. Then the next step, because okay, we have something called the quantity of charge. So have quantity of charge. So quantity of charge, it's amount of what? So okay, I think that we'll discuss later because we would like to introduce about coulombs. Okay, coulombs, that one quantity of charge is equal to 1 coulombs or 1 microcoulombs or whatever. So right now, after teaching you positive charge and negative charge, so you have positive charge, which is positive in sign, and negative charge. So for example, that if you have quantity of charge, you say that you have positive Q, and there you have negative Q. So you have to understand about that. So then, ladies and gentlemen, now let me teach you about the fundamental law. Fundamental law of static electricity. Before I teach about fundamental law of static electricity, I'd like to give you two announcements. The first announcement, we don't have only Tanzania online ordinary secondary school, Olenjolai, in order to train students, but we are here also in order to equip our students to have relevant materials for them to go further and go beyond of what you're teaching them. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you about Tanzania Online Ordinary Library, where that we have in our library or in our store, we have books and the materials which are relevant for them, relevant for the learning process of our students. The first weapon or the first reference books is called the Physics Syllabus for Ordinary Secondary Education for months or for 4, and this has been prepared by Tanzania Institute of Education. Okay, that's the first book that you can order, and we can send to you online. The second book for the Form 2 is called the Physics Form 1 and 2, Form 1 and Form 2, Form 1 and Form 2 students book. This, which has been prepared also by Tanzania Institute of 40 of Education Style. It's cheap that you can order this book. This is the background, this is the front view. And again, we have another book which is called the Physics 2 or Form 2 Physics Review, which is Nectar. So it comprises questions from 2003 through 2009, problems and solutions. We are going to use all of these reference books to teach you the beauty of Physics Form 2. So you can order the package of the 3 books. And yeah, of the 3 books, you can order the package of the 3 books for Physics, which actually that will transform your comprehensions in physics. So you can order these 3 books in any regions, and we can send to you in any regions among 31 regions of Tanzania, including Unguja, Pemba, and Mafia. Right? So just to go to the descriptions, click this button, show more. You'll see the descriptions. When you read descriptions, just read the descriptions clearly, and then find the point where you'll be given that visit our to all. To all means that our Tanzania online ordinary library. So you can order the package, and there's a great discount that we are giving to our students because you're not doing actually the business. We are keeping you with this relevant material so you can go further and further and further. So for example, the topic of static electricity in this book, because you have to understand, because this the syllabus, I recommend this syllabus, physics syllabus for ordinary secondary education for all our students. So for example, that the descriptions about the physics or static electricity is explained in page 31. The first subtopic, the topic is called static electricity. The first subtopic is 1.1, is called concept of static electricity. So explain the concepts of static electricity, that the first strategic objective. Identify the 2 types of charges. That's what we've done. State the fundamental law of static electricity. So right now, we're teaching fundamental law of static electricity. So the fundamental question we have here is state the fundamental law of static electricity. State the fundamental law of static electricity. State the fundamental law of static electricity. State the fundamental law of 40 of static electricity. So I say that the fundamental law of static electricity states that fundamental law of static electricity state that, so this is a quote, like charges repel, why unlike charge attracts. Unlike charge attracts each other. Unlike charge attracts each other. Just about. So like charge, like electric charge, like charges repel. Why unlike charges attracting each other? Like charges repel. Why unlike charge attracts each other? Or you can state like this, or you can state like this one. Or you can state it this way. Okay. Unlike charge attracts to each other. While like charge repels when unlike charges repels to each other. So unlike charge attracts to each other, while like charges repels to each other. That is what we call the fundamental law of static electricity. Very important law. What does it mean? Listen carefully. So demonstration. According to this law, we say we have two types of charge, positive charge and negative charge. So you say about like charge, when the sentence is about like charges, it means that if we bring closer a positive charge and another positive charge, we bring them together, they are going to repel. What does it mean? So this charge, so suppose that this is Q1, so this is Q1, and this is Q2. So what it means they are going to repel. So say that here, they repel. What does it mean? This charge, Q1, will push Q2 away, and Q2 will push Q1 away. What it means? Repel. Okay? Then we can have like charge, which is negative charge and negative charge brought together. So suppose that this is Q3 and this is Q4. So here also these charges will repel, right? And this one will be, so Q4 will push Q3 away and Q3 will push Q4 away. So that means of what? Like charges. B, we say that we have a situation when you have unlike charges. So unlike charges is in case we have positive charge and negative charge brought together. So this one, they will attract each other. So this positive charge, so suppose that this is Q5 and this is Q6. So the positive charge will be attracted towards this way, and negative charge will be attracted this way. So this is what? Attraction force. Okay? So like charges attract each other. So Q5 attracted Q6 and Q6 attracted Q5. So even if on left hand side we have negative charge, on right hand side we have positive charge. Like this. Similarly also, the positive charge will attract the negative charge and positive charge will attract the negative charge. So suppose that this is Q7 and this is Q8. This is just the arrangement. So regardless of the magnitude of the charge. Okay? In case you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section, please. So that's the demonstration. When you say about like charge, it means that when two positive charges are brought closer to each other, and when you discuss about it, or when negative charge are brought close to each other. When you discuss about unlike charge, it means that when you have positive charge brought close to the negative charge, so they'll be attracting each other. So positive charge repels. So if the positive charge and positive charge I bring close together, they will be repelling. They'll be pushing each other away. If this is negative charge and this negative charge I bring together, so they'll be pushing each other away. But if this is positive charge and this is negative charge, when I bring together, they'll be attracting each other. If this is negative charge and this is positive charge, when I bring together, they'll be attracting each other. So that's why physicists developed the fundamental law of electrostatic, or fundamental law of static electricity, that like charge repels, and like charge attract each other. Wonderful. So, okay, so my father who is in heaven, who is the sponsor of this program, is telling me it's enough for today. If I continue, I can overdose you. Just digest what I've given you. So it's a time for the homework. And this is homework 2. And the homework question is, the first thing, just one question, right? Just to mention the methods, mention 3 methods of charging the body. Because in electrostatic, we have 2 phenomena, charging and discharging. Charging and what? And discharging. So charging a body and discharging a body. So for that questions, it means that we asked you to mention 3 methods of charging a body. Because we say that a body can be charged positively or can be charged negatively. What are the 3 methods which we can charge a body? Right? Very important. Make sure that you do the homework. This is the end of session 2, which has been titled as the concepts of static electricity. I thank God who have given me a gift of teaching, and I thank God who have given an opportunity to teach the national Form 2 students about the beauty of physics for ordinary secondary education. I thank God also who have given me this idea to enlarge my tent of teaching hundreds and even millions and hundreds, thousands and millions of Form 2 students about the beauty of physics of present and future generation. Thank you also who have joined me from the beginning to this session. My name is physicist Olenjolai. I love physics so much, and I'll make you also to love physics for the rest of your life. And I'd like to ask you that please subscribe into our YouTube channel that called Tanzania Online O-Level Certificate School in square bracket Olenjolai for you to get notification once we add a new video, because we are going to add at least 1 video every day. So make sure that you subscribe for you to get notifications. I would like to invite you in session 3 when I'll teach about 3 methods of charging a body. Right? I'll be teaching about charging, discharging, then I'll be teaching about 3 methods of charging a body, which is very important, and to be the corrections of the homework too. So you have to make sure that you don't miss it. Invite your friends again. You can access also our other contents of other topics of the Form 2, our other contents of Form 3, Form 4, and even also you can, for example, that in Form 2 we are teaching right now the topic called the exponents and radicals, but you can access all the contents of basic mathematics Form 2, all the contents of chemistry Form 2. Right now you're teaching about oxygen, so you have to, in the same channel, you get all of those informations for you to go further as well as you can. It's a time for you to enjoy the beauty of physics. And before I end this session, I would like to invite you, in case you feel from your hearts, whether you're a parent or whether you're a physicist, whether you're a guardian, whether you're students yourself, that you can go and talk with your father, that in case you feel from your hearts that you want to offer our Father who is in heaven, you are feeling thanksgiving offering for this program. Don't hesitate yourself to make it happen. So our telephone number, that's 0759745331. So make sure that you offer it with the heart of love, and make sure that you offer it to God and not to us. And I would like just to tell you that your feeling thanksgiving will be used to support the running cost for this program, so that more than 500 videos, as we have in our mind or in our vision, will be published publicly to all the Form 2 students in Tanzania, in Africa, America, Europe, Asia, and Australia, so they can benefit from that. So when you plant the seed into also, believe me that seeds will grow up and it will benefit you for the rest of your life. So may God bless you. I will keep praying for you, and I ask you to pray for me, and may God bless you abundantly. Stay enjoying the beauty of physics in Form 2. See you in the next session. This is Olenjolai from Tanzania. I love you so much.